This is the Whistling-filled reflection on the governor's sidekick, Milton Mamet, from The Walking Dead. He was the brains, kind of the scientific brains, behind Woodbury. In case you didn't know who he was, here he is. He's the nerdy guy. He's holding a book. I can't remember what the scene is taken from, but what this makes me think of is how he's so into by the book. He's got the rules. He wants to keep track of things. There's a big thing where he's doing some research on walkers to find out. I don't remember exactly what he's trying to find out. Whether or not they could remember stuff when they come back, but it's not. It's weird, but he writes everything down in a little book, like a scientist, like Frankenstein into the movies I just saw with the books. He's a sharp dresser compared to a lot of people. He stays clean most of the time. You don't see him dirty for a long... most of the time he's actually in the series, you don't see him dirty. He opposed the governor. Even though he was kind of the governor's sidekick, the right-hand man, he was a scientist, the brains. It was like a silent coup. He was behind stuff against the governor. He kind of wanted to lead the governor downfall, but he didn't come right out and say it. He was kind of a behind the scenes wuss kind of guy. He didn't come right out and say anything. Like when Andrea said, "Have you seen the governor?" He goes, "He's on a run." Kind of like did you hear that with a question mark? Because he was very unsure of things, but I don't know where I'm going with this. He's just really unsure, but he opposed the governor. Very questioning. Now this scene, I believe it's taken inside in his laboratory, where he had some decapitated walker heads. They were still alive. The heads were still functioning, even though they had no bodies. And he was like studying them. I don't know exactly what he was studying, but it was kind of creepy, weird. It's kind of weird scientist things. He also smiled a lot. This picture was taken from a scene with Herschel, which is, he goes, "Can I see your stump?" Because he wants to like record like what things are like, and draw pictures of things. It's kind of creepy, kind of weird. Just playing this off as being friendly. He started getting dirty at the end because I guess the governor used him up. Now, all along, for weeks, the governor knew that Milton was behind some stuff. Was doing some stuff, and he knew some secrets, and wasn't telling him everything. And at one point, Milton crept out at night, and they didn't show him do it. They showed a hand. They didn't actually show him. But somebody, figured out it was him, poured gasoline down in the pit where the governor was keeping the walkers, and set fire to those walkers, which, of course, didn't kill them because they were already walking undead, but they weren't able to function anymore because they were burnt to a crisp and barely moving. But the governor knew this. The governor knew that Milton was behind this stuff, yet still used him. He was a pawn. And when the governor was done, this is what happened. He got beat up and locked in this little room. It was like a torture room where the governor actually brought Andrea too. He survives an hour after being stabbed, but can't crawl 4 feet to help Andrea. And I think this is a funny meme because that's kind of what happens. I mean, he got stabbed. It was a fight. Stabbed in the gut. So he wasn't dead. He was just laying against the wall, and Andrea was in the chair, and she was like chained or handcuffed in and stuff, and Milton couldn't crawl the 4 feet to physically help her, but he just laid there and talked to her, and it was a lot of dramatic pause and stuff. It was kind of weird. See, there he is, laying against the wall. Told you. In this little torture room until he died, and he went Z. Z Walkers. They don't call them Z's on that show, but I do, I guess, because I mix storylines, I guess. But so he turned, and Indri ended up breaking free from his chains, cut him or something, and stabbed him in the head. Not before she got bit, because he had turned, and well, that's not the story. That's the Andrea flipogram when I actually talk about Andrea's demise. But this is Milton's. And this was his demise, the end of Milton. Boo-hoo. He lasted almost, I think, a season and a half. I think is how long Woodbury was active in the show, until Woodbury was brought down, and Governor came back and burned it. Weird. He just went crazy. But another story there.